Hey everybody, let's get on to the 26th floor. Once again, I got some help from the always awesome SF, so he was able to donate 2 monsters for me this time. So once again, thank you so much. Party I have here, looks like I messed up the color on Sinbad, but Sinbad is a water type. I got his Evo form here. And I'm also bringing Agnamut Transcended. And on the other hand, SF has donated Lubu, which is one of the most recent Impossible quests, and Lancelot Transcended. And so, as you can see, we need to deal with damage walls and warps. I've opted to go with Agnamut, because she's certainly strong enough to handle the or she does enough damage that not having no warps is not an issue. Well, it may be an issue, but it'll be worth it, trust me. And Lubu, on the other hand, he is a pretty cool character, since he hasn't shown up in the American version, and probably won't. And I haven't gotten the chance to actually run it myself. Let's take a look at his stats real quick. He is a bounce power type, and as you can see, his ability is a fire killer, so no surprise why he might be an attractive pick for this floor. He also has null damage wall on his gauge, so again, sort of like Agnamut, where his worth will make up for the lack of null warp here. And the HP is okay, but the attack there is what you want to look at. It has over 32,000 if you hit the gauge, and if you are slaying a fire type, that actually goes all the way up to almost 64k. Actually, that should be above 64k damage, so he will certainly do a lot of damage. But the downside, which is usually the case for power types, is that his speed is pretty darn low. Even with all the morlings, you don't even top off over 300. So usually if you don't hit that mark, it kind of gets a little suspicious. But I mean, that seems to be the pattern for power types for the most case. I know there are exceptions. Looking at you, Lucy, but what can you do? Strike shot. He does have the scaling meteor attack, so every monster you hit, the amount of damage that the meteor does will become more and more stronger. And the important thing to keep in mind is that because he is on the slower side, you might not be able to hit as much, but they do compensate by having that meteor do a lot more damage than others who have the similar strike shot. And last but not least, the bomb combo is a poison meteor 6. It'll hit any 6 random minions on the stage, and not only do about 7k damage onto them, but poison them. Alright, well, I don't know if you've been paying attention to the stage or not, but this is, I mean, 26th floor is full of zombies, which is everyone's friends, right? So I mean, it is on the annoying side. You have to deal with the revival loops and making sure you take care of the minions in a prompt manner, because as you can see, there are the power down wolves, which, I mean, they're always a pain in the butt. Always a pain in the butt. And there we go. The defense up again. Now this gimmick, I feel like I don't know why I don't pay attention, or I just forget about it, but you will essentially do no damage if that defense up is on the boss. So make sure you don't waste your strike shots. You position, or sorry, you make your moves accordingly, with that knowledge that, you know, you're just not going to do that much damage to the boss. Gold part luck going pretty good here. Alright, we're clear at this stage. Alright, and I mean, Mika here, she was, I do remember that, like, I think the first year of Monster Strike, when they were trying to announce a bunch of stats for the game, that Mika was one of the hardest quests in the game, and that the success rate for it was actually the lowest for all the non-impossibles at that point. So it's not surprising that we see her again in the tower as a guest boss, but I do believe you can't afford to hit any damage walls here, so make sure you bring your full null damage wall teams. I mean, with all the lasers that are shooting out too, and the fact that there are warps, make sure you don't take any extra damage that you don't need to. I'm not exactly sure if Lubu is somebody that you'd want to bring as your top choice to this stage, just because of you know, I'm always a little bit paranoid when the damage wall is on the gauge. Gives you a little bit of thrill maybe that you have to worry about. And, I mean, you've seen my videos, I'm not exactly the best gauge hitter here. But I mean, honestly, at this point I shouldn't be missing the gauge, but I'll find a way to make excuses. Alright, boss time. We got 28 turns to deal with here. Unfortunately, that means four full bars to worry about. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but what are you gonna do? But I mean, strategies should not be different. Take care of that zombie as soon as you can, so you don't have to constantly worry about the minions doing extra damage to you. And after that, I would focus on the minions. Well, actually, maybe focusing on bosses isn't a bad idea, just because I do believe that boss can deal a lot of damage, and somebody has a knockout berry that's doing a lot of work, or it could be Lubu's bump combo. I'm not exactly sure. Probably could have done some more research there, but it's alright. Just have Lubu punch Mika there a little bit, and we'll continue on to the second stage. Now this one, you I feel like the optimal strategy here is to either, oh, that was a lucky critical. You know, take down Mika as soon as possible, but you also want to take down the minions because, like I said, they are full of damage as well. And once you take care of the minions, hopefully you're whittling down the zombies in a good HP manner, because I think it's pretty near impossible to take out both zombies without taking Mika first. And so if that's the case, you just want to try and wail on her as much as possible, so you have all that empty space like you saw there to take out both of the zombies at the same time. And of course, looks like Lubu's poison is doing its work, definitely helping clean up the trash. And great thing is that since I think Agnamu is a robot slayer, is that it? Well, whatever it is, she is a slayer for Mika in this particular form. So, and, ooh, there we go. We got a knockout on the zombie, which is pretty cool. We don't have to worry about a revival. Now that HP is getting kind of I'd be worried about that. I don't know about you. But clearly I forgot that Lubu didn't have warp there, so that's pretty unfortunate. Interesting. Probably going for the heart, I guess. Nobody's attacking. I guess the drone was gonna attack. And so Lancelot will turn into Pierce type here, and I think I've decided this is a do or die situation, so pretty straight. I could have definitely been straighter there to do maximal damage, but you know what? The important thing is that the stage was cleared, so no worries there. Alright, so now we're gonna have Sinbad do a strike shot. Every time he hits the wall, he'll increase strength. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, look at that. 3 million damage. Thank you, Sinbad. And last but not least, let's see Lubu's strike shot in action. We're gonna hit the zombie, the boss, and hopefully some more. Kind of got an awkward bounce there, but you know what? That was more than enough. 1.8 million for only hitting 3 guys. That's not bad. Not bad. Again, the slowness is kind of gives me that question mark on whether or not he's top tier there or not, but hey, he is definitely a good source of damage. So alright, 26 floors complete, which means 2 orbs as a result, and we'll get that all the way up to the 29th floor, where 30th will get some babbles. Alright, well, thank you for watching. That's all for today. Tune in tomorrow for floor 27. Till then,